All right. Good day, wonderful pupils. How are you today? Trust you are very fine. Okay, it's time for us to go through our digital class for today. And I want you to get ready. Get your writing pad as we go through this class together. All right. We want to take a look at basic science today as a subject. Basic science, and the topic we are considering is heat energy. Can I hear you say that? Heat energy. All right. I believe when you hear the word heat, so many things comes to your mind. You are very familiar with heat, most especially being an African. Weather is very hot, so we know heat. Heat that comes, from your from your gas cooker in the kitchen, from your electric iron, and so on. And what is energy? In your previous class, I believe you can still remember the way energy was defined. So energy is the ability to do work. All right. So now let's define heat as it is for this class. What is heat? Good. What is heat? Heat is defined as a source, as a form of energy that flows from one point to another. Heat is defined as a form of energy that flows from one point to another. So that means there are two key points there. Heat is a form of energy. It has the ability to do work. When you use heat to cook your food, it's doing work. When you use heat to iron or press your clothes, it's doing work. Okay, so heat has the ability to do work, and heat can flow from one point to another. Okay, if you stay close to a burning fire, you feel the heat from the fire because the heat has flown from where it is to where you are. So heat has the ability to do what? To flow from one point to another point. Okay, and take note, what is another name for heat energy? Heat energy is also called thermal energy. Thermal energy. So please take note of that. So quickly, let's look at the sources of heat. What are the sources of heat? Now, from the picture there, what do you think is at least can you pick a source of heat from there? Okay, I can see you're saying the sun. Good, you are very right. Sun is a major source of heat. Okay, and it is the major source of heat to all the planets in the solar system. That is the major source of heat to all the planets in the solar system. So please take note. It is the purest and the cheapest form of heat. Okay, and we also call the heat from the sun, the heat energy from the sun, solar energy. Good. Number two, we have chemical reactions. When certain chemicals react, they produce energy, or they generate heat. They generate heat energy. For example, when you dissolve detergent in water, what do you have? The water becomes warmer. That is because heat energy is generated. When you dissolve calcium oxide in water, it also generates heat. Okay, and other chemical reactions, other chemical substances, when they react, okay, they also generate heat. When you also react water with acid, for example, hydrochloric acid or tetraoxosulfuric acid, we have treated acid in our previous class. Okay, it also generates heat. So take note. And the next point, we have electricity. All electrical gadgets generate heat when in use. Okay, you agree with me that your phone, after being used for some minutes or some hours, it begins to the temperature changes, it generates heat. Your television, your radio, your electric iron, all electrical gadgets generate heat after they are being used. Then number 4 is friction. What is friction? Friction is the is generated when two surfaces are rubbed together. When two surfaces are rubbed against each other, friction is generated. For example, can you put your two palms together? Very good. Now, can you rub? Keep rubbing. Keep rubbing. Now, is your palm, is it becoming colder, cooler, or warmer? Warmer, of course, because as you're rubbing those palms, they generate heat. Very good. And let's go to the last point, which is burning substances, or burning of substances, or fire. When you burn substances, they generate it. Fire generated. You agree with me? You can, where you have fire, that environment cannot be cold. It will be warmer or hotter. So fire or burning of substances generate heat. So quickly, we talk about heat transfer. Heat transfer. What is heat transfer? Heat transfer is the flow of heat from one point to another. Is the flow of heat from one point to another, or the flow of heat through different medium. Okay, heat can flow through different medium, through different substances. But all these substances that heat flow through, they can be grouped or categorized into 3. So what are these media that heat flows through? We have they are solid, liquid, and gas. So those are the 3 states of matter. Okay, and you agree with me that these are the things that make up the whole earth. So heat flows through solid, it flows through liquid, and it flows through gases. Okay, then because of the way heat flow, we now have 3 types of heat transfer, or 3 categories of heat transfer. I believe you can tell me from the diagram. Okay, so what are the types, or the categories, or the forms of heat transfer? Number 1, we have conduction. Okay. Number 2, can you say that with me? Convection. Okay. Number 3, we have radiation. Can you say that with me? Radiation. So these are the 3 forms of heat transfer. Okay. Oh, I know you are curious. You want to know what convection is, what radiation is, and what convection is. All right, we shall be looking at that in our next class. Okay, because we are going to end today's class on this note. And please take note, you are going to make a research and find out what conduction, convection, and radiation are. So briefly explain the 3 types of heat transfer. Oh, I believe we have had enough time together today, and you remember what we have discussed: the meaning of heat, the sources of heat energy, and heat transfer. All right, thanks for your time. See you in the next slide. Bye for now.